Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. If today is the first time seeing my face, my name is Gifty and this is Gifty's Hub. I mostly share content about anything in helping you in relocating to Canada and life in Canada in general. So if today is the first time stopping by, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't. And if you are my old subscriber, hey guys, thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for your support. Basically today what we will be talking about is how to calculate for your CRS score. So if you don't know, since when we started this express entry journey, I've always been talking about you need points, you need your CRS score to be you need to boost your CRS score, you need to know your CRS score. What is the CRS score? So it's just the comprehensive ranking system. So this is like a marks that they usually use to invite you for your permanent resident application. So it comes like maybe in the month of October, they are saying that the people that we are calling them for permanent residency must have like 400 CRS score and above. Okay, so what this means is that in the month of October, okay, if you are 400 and above, then you can or you might be eligible to be invited to apply for your PR. Okay, so the CRS score is something that is very, very important that you should know. Even if you are, the CRS score is something that you should know to help you if you are back home and you are thinking about express entry. You are just going to use it to judge yourself that, oh, will I be a good candidate to be nominated for PR? Okay, or this is my CRS score, what will I use to increase my marks? Okay, and if you are already in Canada, this is something that if you haven't graduated from your college or you are about graduating, you should check to know your stand that, oh, this is averagely my marks. This is the average marks that I can get. So what will I do to increase my marks? Okay, so all this is something that you have to check before you consider yourself as a good candidate for express entry, I would say, or something that will even help you to judge yourself that, oh, I have to do this and that to make sure I increase my marks. Okay, so this marks changes each and every month or each and every time they will pull out a draw for express entry. Okay, so it can be any month, any other month. It just come every month or every other month or whenever that they want to pull out a marks for the express entry nomination, for the PR nomination. So this is a marks that usually comes as and when that they will pull out a draw for express entry. Okay, so averagely I've seen that is from maybe 450 upwards. So if you check your marks and probably you are 450, then you know that, oh, I am a good candidate. I might be a good candidate. Okay, so what will I even do to help me boost my marks a little bit? Okay, so in this video I am going to show you how you are going to calculate. So this calculation will be like we are just picking up numbers to put into it. So even if it is IELT, then we will take like, okay, IELT 6, maybe English 6, writing 5. We just pull out these marks. So if we use this minimum marks to check, then you know that, oh, then if I do well in my IELT, then it will also increase my marks. So in this video, I'll be telling you the step-by-step process of how to calculate your marks and like the requirements for the express entry pool as well. So guys, if this is something that you are interested in, please consider liking, consider sharing and comment in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, please do well and subscribe, and let's keep our family growing. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so you just have to go to Google and you type like express entry CRS score checker, calculator, but just make sure that you are choosing the right link. So I always choose canada.ca. okay. So when you come here, use this tool if you are eligible for at least one express entry program. You have not filled out an express entry profile, but you would like to see what your CRS score might be if you do, or you were invited to apply for permanent residence. So this is when we have not made any profile for express entry. We are randomly checking our marks. Okay, so you will just come here. It says that what is your marital status? So you choose according to your state. So let's say married. Remember your spouse marks also add on to yours. So it is something that if you are married, it's advantageous. If you have a common law partner, it's also advantageous because their points will definitely add on to your marks. Okay, so is your spouse or common law partner a citizen? So if your spouse is a citizen, then it gives you some marks, but if not, then you have no marks there. So in these circumstances, no. Will your spouse or common law partner come with you to Canada? So just choose what applies to you. Okay, so in this case, yes. How old are you? So the higher your age, I always tell you, the lower your marks. Okay, the higher your age, the lower your marks. So in case you are in the express entry and you are maybe 29 and you celebrate, and maybe your CRS score was 400 and you celebrate your birthday the following year, then it's going to come down to 399. Okay, so that's how it works. So it will drop by 1 because you just celebrated your birthday. Okay, so how old are you? Choose the best answer. If you've been invited to apply, enter your age on the date you were invited. Or if you plan to complete an express entry profile, enter your current age. So in case you have been invited to apply, you have to make sure that you are choosing your current age, okay, on that very day. And in case you plan to apply, or in case you plan to complete an express entry profile just like we are doing now, then you have to mention like your current age. Okay, so let's say you are 29, and what is your level of education? This is one thing you should also know, that the higher your education, the higher your marks. Okay, and if the education is in Canada, good for you, it gives you more points. Okay, so enter the highest level of education for which you earn a Canadian degree or certificate. If you haven't evaluated your documents, you have to go evaluate your documents to Canadian standard. That is for international. So that is what we have for the second point. So your level of education, it comes like less than secondary school, secondary diploma, 1 year program at a university, college, trade or technical school, 2 years program at a university, college or trade. So let's say 2 years, or bachelor, whatever you want to choose. Let's choose this. And have you earned a Canadian degree or diploma or a certificate? So if you've earned that, you just have to select. Okay, and choose the best answer to describe this level of education. So we come here. Was it a degree? Was it a secondary? Was it a diploma? So 1 or 2 years diploma or certificate. Degree, diploma, certificate of 3 years or longer. So we choose this. Are your test results less than 2 years old? You just have to choose the one that is appropriate for you. Okay, which language test did you write? So if you wrote the CLP, the IELT, whichever one that you wrote, you choose that. And it comes here, then you have to enter your marks. So at this stage, we are going to enter any minimum marks because we are just checking. So let's consider ourselves things that are minimum, so that when we go higher, we will really increase our total marks. So let's say we are choosing 6 for each and every one. Okay, so 6, then 6, then 6. So in case you go more than 6, then definitely your marks will increase. So this was what I was telling you, that once you check like averagely like this and you know your total marks, then you have to make sure that you are going higher for the English test to make sure you are increasing your marks. Okay, so do you have other language results? So if you've written any language results, again, then you have to select. So not applicable. Work experience in the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? So if you have any skilled experience in Canada, you write. If you don't have, you just have to skip it. Okay, if you aren't sure of the knock tier category for this job, then you can find it here. So in my previous video, if you haven't, go watch it, how you can check your knock and your job responsibilities. Okay, so in this case, let's say you've had like maybe using my case 1 or 2 years, I think so. So 1 in the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled experience work do you have? So if you have foreign work experience, you just have to select that one, how many years. So the higher your work experience to, the higher your marks. So do you have a certificate or of qualification from a Canadian province, territory, or provincial body? So this is mostly for those that are in the skilled trade. They are the people that will usually get this certificate. So in this case, no. Do you have a valid job offer from LMIA if needed? So if you have that, then you have to select. It will really give you marks. Okay, and if you have LMIA company employing you, you don't even need this for your PR. They will just file everything for you. So no, in this case, we go up. Do you have a nomination certificate from province or territory? No, we select. Do you or your spouse or common law partner have at least one brother or sister living in Canada who is a citizen or a permanent resident? Note, to answer yes, the brother or citizen must be 18 years old, related to you by blood, marriage, common law partner, or adoption, have a parent in common with you or your partner. Okay, so if this applies to you, you just have to choose yes. So in this case, no, mostly. What is the highest level of education for which your spouse or common law partner has in a Canadian degree or have credential assessed? So the credential assessment must be from an approved agency in the last 5 years. So you have to note that. So in this case, if you have a spouse, you just have to choose what applies to you. Okay, in the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience is your spouse? So it should be full-time and paid. So let's say 5 or more. Did your spouse or common law partner also took an English test? So this is what I always tell you, that if you are learning, starting for this process and you are married, make sure your spouse, you are also pulling your spouse along with you for the English test and everything, guys. So if it is IELT, you just have to write as much as you can. So let's say you are selecting 6 as a minimum marks. We select 6. We select 6. We select 6. Okay, so you calculate your score. Okay, so this is how they rank it. So all express entry candidates get a score out of 1,200 based on the 4-factor of the CRS score formula. We invite the highest ranking candidates from the pool to apply as a PR through regular rounds of invitation. See what minimum score have been in the past. So always have to check the minimum scores for the past so you know averagely what you are. So score for HEMA capital factors. So with age, everybody, you have age. So with age, because I selected 29, so that means you are getting 100. But if you select 30, it's gonna come down. Remember, I told you that. Level of education, so with you having like a diploma, then you are 91. Official language, if you are selecting like 666 for everything, then you get 64. So if the marks goes up, then this will be higher. The 64 might be higher. The second official language was 0 because we never selected that. Canadian work experience was just 1 year I selected, so that was 35. So subtotal is 290. Spouse factors, so your spouse education, the higher it is, the higher the mark. The official language, we selected 6, so if the person goes up, this also goes up. Canadian work experience was, you just select whatever you want. At this stage it was 10, so the spouse also got 29. Transferable skills, education to a minimum of 50 points. So official language proficiency was 13, Canadian work experience and education was 13, subtotal was 26. Foreign work experience was 13, Canadian and foreign work experience 13, subtotal was 26. Certificate of qualification, we had 0, and additional points was like if you have LMIA job was no. Study in Canada, yes, was 15. Siblings in Canada, we had none. French language, we had none. So once you have gotten this points, so knowing this, in the total we are getting like 386. So once you know 386, as you continue to look at the marks for express entry like before, you should know that, oh, averagely they are calling people for like 450 upwards. So if you know that, then you know, oh, I am around 386. So that means I have to be doing certain things to make sure that I'm increasing my marks. So what will I do to increase my marks? So you come here. If you will be able to write a French language, it is good. At least just level 1, it will actually give you some mark. Okay. Study in Canada, if you can take a second second course, it is important. It can increase your marks. Provincial nomination, so this is where you have to go into the provincial nomination. Like, you know, when I was telling you about the express entry, I told you about 3 points, like 3 programs. There's 2 federal skill streams, and the Canadian experience class. So apart from that, we have the PMP, that is the provincial nomination program. So you go and look at the provincial nomination program. I have not made a video on that yet, but I'll bring it to you. Then you look if your occupation is in the shortage, labor shortage market list for maybe the province that you are in. If you have, maybe you are a nurse and there is nursing on the shortage occupation list, then you have to consider applying for PMP. So if you apply for PMP and you get a job offer, guys, like you get nominated, is going to give you maximum of 500 points. So if you add this 500 points to your express entry, like the 386 that we just had, then you are going to get like 800 and something. So that will automatically call you for, like, they will call you for, they'll give you the invitation to apply when they are cutting off the draws and everything. So this is what you should consider doing if you know that your marks are not ongoing well, your marks is just below the average. So consider provincial nomination programs. Okay, so a minimum of 600 points, they said. So we come to the skills transferability factors. So let's see if we can do something about this. Official language and education, Canadian work experience. So the higher your experience, like if you are in the pool and you are 1 year and you get another year, then that means you'll be 2 years in Canadian work experience. So that would definitely shoot your marks. Okay, so for this one, that is the only thing we can do about it. Official language proficiency is something that we should also consider. So the IELT, we can consider increasing our marks in that, maybe getting 8, getting 9, and it will increase your marks. So the spouse factors too, your spouse can also consider writing the IELT to increase the marks as well. And also the work experience, the higher the person is into it, like the longer the person is into it, the longer the marks will be like increased. And concerning the age too, as I said it earlier, then with you, the main applicants, you have to consider writing the IELT so that your marks can be increased, because this one we just chose 6. So if you get more than 6, then your marks will be up. So guys, I think you have really seen how important checking your CR score will be. So it will help you to know averagely your marks and what you are going to do to make sure you are increasing your marks. So guys, please do well and take your phone, take your laptop, check right now if you are outside Canada and you want to see if you'll be a good candidate for the express entry. What you have to do to be like a good candidate for it, for like invitation sake. And also if you are already in Canada, you have to consider checking if you are in college or university and you are not yet done with your college. You know what you have to do. So if you haven't gotten any job, consider that working in Canada would also help you to give you some marks. So if you get a job that has like a knock code, then good for you, it will increase your mark. So this is 1 or 2 things that you can use to see, oh, this is where I am lacking, so this is where I have to build upon it to make sure that I'm getting higher marks. So guys, I think this video has been helpful so far. Right now I think we have 2 more left in the express entry pool. We have the PMP and the Canadian experience class. So guys, get ready and let's get that done. Continue sharing, continue liking, and continue subscribing. Guys, I like you for always being with me. Please give me your like and subscribe if you haven't. I love you and bye.